I'm going to explain how to get the Bombchus. Here we go. So you got the cuckoo, right? And what you want to do, you throw it, and you get your sword out, get ready for the ISG, and you want to get on the side of it so it says, see the word grab is flashing. It's like bouncing, so like, you can't grab it every time, all the time when it's jumping like that. You can only grab it some of the time. So the whole trick to it is, you get in position, and when you're in position, you see the grab icon bouncing like this, but you want to be off to the side of it, so when you crouch stab, you don't hit it, because if you hit it, this is what's going to happen. And it's going to run off, and chances are you're not going to get your ISG. So that would be an example of doing it wrong. You want to stand more to the side, and you should remember that you can angle your crouch stab, and that's going to be, that'll come in handy for this. Alright, so to get it to jump like that, you either throw it, and it'll be jumping, or you can just shield drop it, and it'll do it. So that's the easiest way to start setting this up. So what I do is I throw it towards the well and go to the side. And so you can get ISG then from the side like that, and you won't hit it. And so now it's going to be like a flaming ball of chicken. So watch out. The only reason it'll get mad at you is if you go down a slope. Like if I run down these stairs, that'll be bad because I'll try to lift off basically. And since I have ISG, I'll hover in the air. And then the only way down will be throwing it, which will cause it to get angry, because it's already taken enough damage. The other thing you want to be careful about is targeting. Like, you can target in place, and you can even target and run a little bit, and it'll be okay. But be very careful about targeting, because if you target and you move, kind of like, if you like sidewalk basically, it'll make the cuckoo mad, and you really don't want that. So basically, run up to the side of the well, target, turn around, target, and this is really easy. All you have to do is press R and then down and A in quick succession. You'll shield drop it and backflip, and while it's falling to the ground, you'll backflip into the water, and it'll get mad. You'll cutscene dive to the bottom. So that's how you get into the well. Once in the well, you need to get a key, and there's a key right on the way. It's really easy. You might want to grab a Deku stick from this pot too. It'll help you fight Dead Hand. So you head over here, and right around this corner there's the chest here. It's got the key inside of it. And this is the fastest key. You just get this key, and you leave this way, and you head over here. And there's this crawl space right here. And beware, there's a fake floor right here, so make sure you don't fall. So this next part's called the actor glitch. You basically, you'll have the key at this point, and you'll run over here, and there'll be this door here. And the trick is you want to open the door as soon as possible, before that little cutscene of Link leaving the hole finishes. So Link will start opening the door, and then the cutscene will be like, wait a minute, Link, the cutscene's done, and it kind of like resets his states, I guess, and that cancels the animation of Link going through the door. So you're going to be inside this main room unloaded, with this room's actors loaded, which it ends up making it so the water is not solid in this room, which will let you get to the crawl space that you need to get to. So the thing about this one's kind of tricky for some people, but I think it's one of the easiest tricks in the game. Something to note is you cannot get it if you leave the crawl space backwards, like this. Link takes too long to get up, and you're not going to be able to get to the door in time. So if you mess this up and you accidentally go all the way through the door, you'll have to crawl all the way out like this and start crawling back in, so Link comes out face first. So the real trick to this, once Link's like crawling out of the hole like this, you're going to want to hold, it's in between down left and down. So there's going to be grooves on your controller. It doesn't matter if you're on N64 or if you're on GameCube or whatever. But there's these grooves. One's straight down, one's down right, one's to the left, one's down left, whatever, you know. Okay, so you're going to want to hold it not in one of those grooves, but in between the bottom groove and the bottom left groove. That'll make Link walk in the right direction. So basically, you just hold it while he's coming out of the hole, and he's going to start moving towards the door, like right away, like that, right? So the trick is, you wait for him to start moving just a little bit, so he just starts moving, right? And right when he starts moving, you press A to roll towards the door. Like that. So now this is where the roll puts me, and I'm like right in front of the door. So basically the roll takes you immediately to the door. But the trick is, of course, it does not say open on my A button, because my angle is like, Link's kind of facing this way, he's not facing the door. But notice I don't even have to move, and it says open as long as I'm facing the door. So the whole trick to it is, after you roll, instead of holding that same direction, hold more towards where you think the door would be, which is kind of more to the left than down. And so basically all you do is you time it. So you roll, and you wait until you think Link's done rolling. You hold towards where the door is, and then you press A. And that's really all it is. So I'm going to do it now. So if you notice, I opened the door, and I did not go through it. I'm still in this room. And you can hear the fire keys in the next room over. That means I did it correctly. If I did it wrong, I'd end up on the other side of this door. So once you get it correct, you simply leave. Back through the same crawl space. Go over here. Remember to watch out for that fake floor that's right over there. And you head back this way. And here's this pool of water, and of course it's not solid now, it's just a texture. The water itself was unloaded from the game's memory when you open the door. So now you can go in here. And here's where you want to go, because this is where the Skulltula is. Of course it's not there right now, because it's an actor, and it's one of the actors that got overwritten by the room over there somewhere. Here's the vine clip. Now this part everyone sucks at. I'm going to explain this to make your life really easy. There's these bricks on the floor. You're going to want to stand like on this brick, basically. Kind of like where I'm standing right now. You're kind of on the edge of this brick. You're like a little bit past that second one. You're basically on the line, really. I mean, it doesn't matter a lot. But anyways, you want to line up with this wall here, so you're like perpendicular to the ledge. And you should be familiar with tapping down to make Link pivot, basically. And so what you do is, once you're aligned, you tap down to pivot, and you target to make the camera face the Skulltula. Then you tap down again to pivot again. But the camera's still facing the Skulltula because you didn't target again. So that looks like this. And once you're in this position, see the camera swings back, so you have to move pretty fast. So you do that, and then you start holding B. And if you hold too long, the camera starts going back like this, and that means you were too slow. But the real trick to this is, you want to release B when the Skulltula is at the top of its bounce. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just like kind of estimate, oh, now, like that, basically. So you line up, and once you release the spin attack, you target, and hold down. And when the spin attack finishes, you're going to backwalk and go onto the vines. And you keep holding down when you're on the vines. And you hold down until his right hand is moving above his left hand, which it's about to do that now. As you can see, as I slowly advance the frames, his hand is moving up. And the legs of the Skulltula are what we're going to concentrate on. So the legs of the Skulltula are spinning right now. They're going all over the place. But you're going to want to wait until the legs look small and at the top right of the screen, which is kind of where they're at now. I don't know if you can see very well, but there's a leg up there. It's behind my C right button. You should see a little yellow streak. Alright, so I can see it there right now. And what it's going to do is it's going to move left a bit, and then it's going to move up and either entirely off the screen or just almost off the screen. And that's the keyframe that you want. So basically, I'm just going to pause and unpause until I get to that point, and I'm going to pay careful attention to the sculptula's leg. So now it just moved to the left, and I can still see it. It's right above the E in decide. It's like above the D and E in decide at the end of the word. You can see it kind of. That's one frame away. It's going to move up the next frame, and that's the one I want. Alright, so I got it. This frame, you pause buffer A plus down. And you remember, since A is a button press, you can't be holding it during this menu. Like if I held it right now and unpause, that'd be bad news because it'd consider that holding it during the menu. So when I unpause, it would not come out on the first frame. So you do it during the lag of unpausing. See, it takes a while. That's when I hold it. So I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to hold A during the lag, and I'm going to repause. And what Link's going to do is he's going to release from the vines. Like that. So now I'm off the vines, and I need to hold down for one more frame. And this one doesn't have to be during the lag. I can just hold it down. And what's going to happen is the sculptula's leg is going to come back into frame. And you can see it now. It's above C left. It's very dark. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I'll try to show it to you. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it very well. I'll try to up the brightness. Alright, so it's this dark speck right here. It's the leg coming back into frame. But you don't really have to know that it's coming back. You really just have to know that you've been in the air for 2 frames. So I released for 1 frame, which is down plus A. Then the next frame I held down. And the next frame I'm going to hold up. And this is where the sculpture is going to knock me through the wall. So this is really simple. I've already done all the steps I need to do. All I do is I hold up and I unpause. And this works every time as long as you make sure you're paying attention. So now you're in the unloaded basement and you have no idea where you are, and there's like water, and it's kind of bizarre. But basically, you know, you're in the basement, but the water from the floor above is loaded. And it's gonna, so you can see it up there, you can see that water. So that's where the water is. It goes all the way down to the very, very bottom of this nearly endless pit. But I'm in the basement. But the trick is you're going to use the water there to go upwards to get to the Bombchus, which is right over there. So basically, I follow this path and I head towards this gunk over here. Now, this stuff right here, this is basically just visuals so that when you fall down a hole, you can like kind of see what you're gonna fall into. It's the room's not loaded, but the stuff's here just to like let you know. But this stuff is actually a very good visual cue of where you are. Don't go too far into this stuff because the damage collision is actually there. Like it's there, so I can walk over here and get damaged. See, but it's not directly correlated to this stuff on the floor. See, I'm standing in it now and I'm okay, but if I walk too far over there, I'll start getting hurt, so don't do that. But basically, this comes to a sharp point right here. So this is where you want to go upwards. So basically, you just like sort of backflip at it, I guess, or just go into it, and it'll start taking you up. Sometimes it'll push you out, but that's okay. So now I'm going upwards, and after I've waited a while and I've gone up, I like to fast swim and hold it down into the side like this. And what just happened was I touched the ceiling, and I'm inside the water that's taking me upwards, and I'm pressed against the ceiling. And there's a certain part of the ceiling collision that's weak, and you can get through it by swimming down and to the right. So I was holding down right, and I was tapping B to swim fast. I'm not really sure if swimming fast helps or not, but that's a good way to do it. And you should notice that Link got pushed a little bit just now. And if you get pushed and if you get pushed and you don't like get unpushed, I guess it's hard to explain, but it means you did not make it through the ceiling. I just made it through the ceiling just now. So basically, once you make it through the ceiling, you hold forward and you can just smash B, I guess, and that'll make me jump slash directly into the room with the Bombchus. And it's that simple.